Salute to everyone out there. Let's jump straight into it.
More arrests at a Saraland Waffle House after an apparent peaceful protest over a viral video gets out of hand. Now, one man was arrested tonight during that protest after several people showed up to picket the Waffle House on Industrial Boulevard, and that's when things got out of hand. The protesters apparently upset over what happened earlier this morning at the same restaurant. A video circulating on social media allegedly showing a 25-year-old woman being wrestled to the ground and cuffed by Saraland cops. That video went viral, sparking outrage and anger. But there's still a lot of questions and not many answers about this video and the people involved. Fox 10 News reporter Toy Thornton has been following the story all day long. He's in the newsroom to break it down for us. Toy?
Well, that's right, Byron, and it all started at Waffle House in Saraland this morning around 2 a.m. Since then, the outcry from the community has been overwhelming. Tensions are high, people are angry, and they just want justice.
It all began with this video. 25-year-old Chiquisha Clemens was at the Waffle House in Saraland this morning. Friends say she asked for a plasticware set and was being charged 50 cents. It's unclear what happened from then until the beginning of this video. But take a look. You can see a visibly frustrated Clemens speaking with officers just before being forcefully pulled from her chair to the ground and pinned down by Saraland police officers.
Hey, what are you doing? Man, I'm about to break your arm. That's what I'm about to do. You about to break her arm?
Oh God, it made me feel horrible. I was angry at first. I was very angry.
This cell phone video shot by a friend that was with her sparked a viral firestorm. The post being shared by the thousands across social media platforms, bringing people out in droves to today's regularly scheduled NAACP meeting.
Not on our watch. It's not happening.
Where we heard from Chiquisha's mother, Shakita Clemens Howard.
What I want actually is to get justice for my daughter in this case. I don't feel like she was treated, fairly. I think the things that were showed were very impulsive to not only myself as a woman, but to my child.
A clearly upset and frazzled Chiquisha was at the meeting, but chose not to speak. About an hour later, people gathered in Saraland at the Waffle House where it all happened for a peaceful protest, both inside with a sit-in and outside with picket signs. Not long after, about 10 Saraland police units showed up and went into the restaurant. Shortly after, chaos erupted. Another person arrested.
Now, Saraland police released this statement on Facebook concerning last night's incident, which says in part, quote, "The situation is being thoroughly reviewed and is under active investigation," end quote. No word yet on what Chiquisha's charges are, if any, and we also know that Ricky Glenn was the man arrested on video today. No word on any charges he's facing. For now, in the newsroom, Toy Thornton, Fox 10 News.
Black people should be tired of marching. Dr. Martin Luther King passed down one hell of a gene to black Americans. Now, there is no reason why black people should be protesting the Waffle House. Standing outside, marching, screaming no justice, no peace, and signs. Arguing, fussing, and fighting with the police in front of the Waffle House. Now, black people as a whole, man, it's really, really embarrassing that the majority of the police videos that are going viral are white officers and black people. And let me make this very, very clear. A lot of these incidents can be avoided just like this one. You often hear me talk about setting the stage on my channel. You set the stage for what's going to happen to you. All she had to do was pay for plastic utensils. That's it. That's it. She didn't want to do it. Okay? causing a disturbance. Police is called out. They ask her to do some things, and to be fair, the picture of him having his hand on her breast, you know, that doesn't look too nice, okay? It don't look right. The part where the police officer tells her, "I'm going to break your arm." Now, that's just out of line. However, if they're not going to prosecute or chastise a cop for gunning down an unarmed black man, why do you think they're going to chastise a cop for just telling a woman he's going to break her arm when he didn't break her arm? Now, what women need to understand is, once you leave the house, whatever you have on, if something happens to you, that is what you will be remembered by, okay? If something were to happen to her after she left that Waffle House, okay, she would have been remembered by wrestling in the Waffle House with her butt, her vagina, and her titties hanging out. And her breasts hanging out. And what makes this even worse, she is a mother. She's a mother. And my problem with this video, not only with her not obeying orders, and black people, you have to understand, if the cops tell you something, you have to do it. You know, I'm sick and tired of seeing videos going viral of black people just getting beat up by cops. They're not playing with you. You're going to do what they say or else. That's where they are right now. They're not going to play with you. Okay? And a huge problem I have with this video is the person recording. I don't get that. People who record incidents and just scream out and yell out instructions. Stop that. Don't do that. Or they'll scream out World Star. If you ask me, they're just as worse as the people who are fighting and who are in a scuffle. She's just as worse as this female and these two cops. You know, the way I look at this whole situation is everyone was in the wrong. Everyone. The cops didn't act it right. You know, you don't tell a suspect you're going to break their arm. And what women have to understand, before I go any further with this, because I'll forget this, and what women have to understand, you have it more easier than men. If that was a black male doing that, he just might have gotten shot. You got to understand that. And this is the reason why I say there's no reason for you guys to be out there protesting. It's embarrassing. It's ridiculous. I understand the police that are out there and they're frustrated. They're saying, listen, deal with this in court. This is not a really big deal. Everyone, all parties acted poorly. All parties acted poorly. The lady, you know what? We wouldn't have been called out if you would have paid for your plastic utensils. And black women need to clean up, man. Black women need to clean up. This is what you're known for. Half naked. Strong, independent. You don't need a man. This is one of the reasons why these men of other races and police officers are putting their hands on you, because they know you don't have any backup. Everyone knows you're strong and independent. And now they're doing press conferences talking about no justice, no peace. This story is blown out of proportion. This story has gained traction for absolutely no reason. I mean, I understand it went viral. Anytime you have a woman dressed the way she's dressed and she's being wrestled to the ground and her private parts are hanging out and being shown, people are going to want to look. People are going to want to look. But what also makes this even worse, it was posted on World Star Hip Hop, a website where black people do the most heinous acts to other black people. A website where the world goes to see black people act a damn fool. And I'm going to do a video on why World Star Hip Hop need to be shut down. That site need to go. That's a disgusting site. Yes, people go to that site to get news, but a lot of people go to that site just for entertainment. And what that has done is that has, showed black people in even more of a negative light. Why? Because you can't complain about the media giving you a negative image when you have your own website titled World Star Hip Hop and you're doing the same exact thing to yourself. And see, black people don't understand this. Everything that you do to yourself, you complain about white people doing to you or did to you. So they don't have to do it anymore because you take over. You say, okay, you don't have to do it. I'll take over. I'll do your job for you. I'll demonize myself. I'll record myself and upload it on social media so the world can see. That makes absolutely no sense. And so when stories like this happen, they don't feel sorry for you. The average person is looking at her like, look. I mean, look at you. I mean, you have a child. You're at the Waffle House. You're fussing. You're fighting. You have all your private parts hanging out. We're not going to take you serious. And now you got your mother up here, and you guys are doing a press conference. You're wasting everyone's time. Of course, you're going to have those pro-black simps out there with their fists in the air pumping, pushing and shoving the police. You touched our black queen. What happened that night at the Waffle House or early that morning at the Waffle House, that could have been avoided if she would have just paid for her utensils. It's just that simple. If you go into a place of business and you cause a disturbance, they're going to call the police on you. What part of that don't you understand? Then on top of that, the lady has a child. Her child is looking at her mother on the news and or social media, half naked, being wrestled to the ground because she refused to obey orders. I agree. His hand on her chest is not right. It doesn't look right. Them telling her, meaning the police telling her that he's going to break her arm. That's not right either. However, her going inside of that Waffle House and causing that disturbance wasn't right either. So this is why I say all parties are wrong. But see, her problem is that she's embarrassed. She had an epiphany. She said, oh my God. She looked at herself. She never looked at herself like that. So instead of taking self-accountability, responsibility for her actions, she wants to sue. She wants to make herself look like the victim. No, you're not the victim. You're not the victim. It's not like you were sitting in your car and the police came by and put his hand on your breast and snatched you out the car and pretty much threw you on the ground and you got all your private parts hanging out. See, the thing about this situation is that she's embarrassed. She's embarrassed. A little girl is going to see that. She probably already has seen it. And she's embarrassed. She never looked at herself like that. She's like, oh my gosh, I look that bad. And so instead of taking self-responsibility, accountability for her own actions, she wants to create a media circus off of what she did. She set the stage for that. She set the stage for that. All she had to do was A, pay for whatever, B, listen to the cops. And what people don't understand is when cops are engaging you and you have 3, 4, 5, 6 people around the cop filming, and I'm not saying you shouldn't film or you don't have a right to film. Just understand what I'm saying. And they're filming. And they're screaming. And they're hollering. And they're yelling out instructions. What the cop is going to do, which is human nature, his adrenaline is going to start rushing even more. So he's going to act in certain ways he may not normally act. Or if he normally act that way, you just gave him a reason to act that way. And one thing black people need to understand and learn, not only self-accountability, but how to act. Character. Character is a major problem in black America. Black people will do things and wonder why they're in handcuffs. And, you know, I'm no fan of police officers, cops. I'm no fan of them. However, man, I understand that if I get pulled over, I need to have my license and registration, and I need to be respectful. It is what it is. If I'm at a Waffle House, more than likely I won't be at a Waffle House. But if I happen to just go to a Waffle House, if something happened and the police is called, you know, talk to them and do what they say. You got a better chance getting away scot-free versus arguing, fussing, and tussling with authority. And again, black men, you can't do that. You would have been shot. You would have got tasered to death, hit with a billy club. You don't have the same rights as your counterpart. You just don't. A cop never tells a black guy, stop moving or I'm going to break your arm. No, he'll just break his arm. So now she's embarrassed. She's embarrassed now. And so she wants to press charges. She wants to sue. And she's not going to get anything. Her and her mother is wasting their time. And again, if you pay attention, another story where there is no man present. Where is her father? You need a man present. A grandfather, a uncle. Somebody. Some male presence. Because a male presence is a sign of authority, presence, leadership, guidance. All of that stuff. All of that stuff. So these cops that go out here and deliberately harm black people, or, you know, get caught up doing some things they shouldn't be doing or something like this, they know you don't have any backup. They don't mind doing it to you. They don't care. You don't have any backup. We know you ain't got a father, or they're going to assume you don't have a father or any man in your life. If you did, you wouldn't be at the Waffle House 5, 6 in the morning, half naked, and arguing over some utensils. Let me ask you a question. Imagine being a cop. Imagine being a cop, and It's a busy night. It's a busy night. And you get a call to the Waffle House because someone doesn't want to pay for utensils. You're like, when you get there, you're going to be pissed. When you get there, you're going to be pissed. Imagine if, and I'm not saying what he did was right. What I'm saying is all parties are wrong. But what I'm saying is that you set the stage for that. It's not like you were, she was just sitting down somewhere and the police just came out of nowhere. No, that didn't happen. So she set the stage for that to happen. Imagine if you were a cop and it was a slow night. It's nothing to do. You're parked somewhere or you're just driving around or, whatever, and you get a call. Hey, you got to go to Waffle House. Someone doesn't want to pay for utensils. Those calls will really bug you. So when you get there, because that situation is so stupid, it's easily avoided, you're going to say, listen, you're going to jail. Like, listen, you are going to jail. I don't have time for this. You're going to listen to me or I'm putting you in handcuffs. I don't have time. This is dumb. I shouldn't be called out here because you refuse to pay for utensils. This is ridiculous. And cops need better training. For some reason, these cops are scared. They're weak. They need to start lifting some weights. It took 2 people to get her down. And if she really, really tried, she wasn't even trying, but if she really, really tried, she probably could have overpowered those cops. But she was intoxicated. No telling what she was on. She might have been high and drunk. Or nowadays off of Molly or some type of lean or Thiz. No telling. And if she was intoxicated, then again, they're going to say, listen, ma'am, you were intoxicated. So because you were intoxicated, you didn't make the correct decisions. And they're going to wiggle their way out of it. She's not going to get anything. Just chalk it up, as a loss. You took a major L. I know you're embarrassed. I know you're embarrassed. I would be embarrassed too, right? You're at a Waffle House in Alabama and you didn't want to pay 50 cents or $1 or 25 cents for some utensils. And I keep saying utensils in this video because this is what this is all over. A fork, a spoon, or a knife. A plastic fork, plastic spoon, plastic knife. It's just that simple. You went viral. And I tell people, be very careful what you do out here because you will go viral. You will go viral. You never know. You never know. It's just like being a YouTube content creator. It's that roll of a dice. All month long, you might just hit your numbers. And then the first day of the next month, you got a video that, went viral. 300K views, 400K, 500K, 209K. It happens like that. You have to be careful on the way you act, the way you look, the way you behave, the way you are perceived. They're looking, guys, they're just like, she's a thought, she's this, even if she may not be, but based on the way she dressed and the way she behaved, she's not going to get the benefit of the doubt. This situation here, because she didn't pay, and the situation at Starbucks is like night and day. Right? You understand those brothers. Like, you actually do. Regardless, you feel like, you know what? They handled themselves so well. This whole situation so well. They didn't do what the media wanted them to do. So, whatever happened there, they're forgiven. This situation, they're like, no. So we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure that she's not going to get anything. It won't go any further. It's just, I'm out. Peace.